What's going on, guys? Today I'm going to show you guys how to do a fade dye on a lacrosse stick, and also how to, well, in conjunction with that, how to kind of install and use the new vinyl stickers that I'm going to be selling, and I gave away with the new LE fighter mesh. So first off, what you're going to need is RIP dye. This petal pink is the color we're doing for this 9K because it's breast cancer awareness color. A lighter. I like to use an X-Acto. Make sure you don't hurt yourself with either of these two. Whatever vinyl stickers you're using for masking, and then I like to use a pair of tongs. And then when I'm doing dyes not in the pot, I'm doing several colors, I like these little tins. It fits a head pretty much perfectly, you're not using a lot of water. And then also I like to get these big barrels at like a 99-cent store, they're like $4, to store the dye in when I'm done, because you can do a few heads with a package of this. And then of course a copious amount of paper towels, because you're going to make a mess. And then also you're going to need a stove and a big dye pot. You're going to fill it with water, and we're going to boil that water. So I'm going to turn this back on so it boils. And in the meantime, I'm going to show you how to install the sticker. So here we have the vinyl stickers. Here's the breast cancer ribbon, as you can see. Since this is made of several parts and not just like a number or a letter, I like to use transfer paper, but you can also use like Scotch tape or really any tape. If you're going to use a really sticky tape, you want to kind of de-stick it a little bit by putting it on your clothes or whatnot. But the key to this is not to ever touch the back of it with your actual hands, because your hands are very oily. So what I'm going to do is put the paper on top of it, and I'm going to rub it, start peeling it. And there's my ribbon. Now, I don't want all of the sticker, because I want it to look like it's actually curling over, so I'm going to get rid of the outline. So you can see right there the outline is gone. And then I also want to get rid of this little middle piece, so it dyes exactly the image that I want it to. So there we go. So there's the exact part of the ribbon that I do want, and this is actually going to be negative space, so when I dye it, this will stay white. And then what you're going to do is just put it on the head where you want to. Make sure you clean the head. You don't want any oil or dirt on it. You want the head to be as clean as possible. So we're just going to put this right where the ball stop is, just because we don't want two ribbons, but I want to show you guys how it dyes. So we're just going to throw it down. Looks pretty centered. So there it is, nice and centered. Push it down pretty hard. You want to really make sure it sticks to it. And then all you're going to do is tear back your tape or transfer paper at the angle, reverse angle, so it stays on there nice and neat. So there we go. And then what you're going to want to do next is you take a lighter like this, and you're going to want to blister it. You don't really want to go to town on it. You just want to see the vinyl start popping a little bit, and then you're going to push your finger down. Just make sure you don't burn yourself doing this. It's kind of hard to, but I just don't want to see you guys get hurt. But what that's going to do is it's going to heat up the sticker, or the sticky part on the back of the vinyl, and really gives a perfect seal. So I'm trying to get this in frame. I don't turn the head. The head pretty much goes at a 45-degree angle to the plane that I'm trying to heat up, because you don't want to scorch the head. But you'll see it starts to bubble, get little bubbles on it, and that's when it's getting heat up nice and good. And then you're just going to push down on it. I'll try and see if you guys can see it. Yeah, see right there the bubbles? That's what you want. You don't want it kind of like crazy all over, but you definitely need those. And that's the best way to do it for sure. So that's nice and good, and then we're going to push down. Make sure it's nice and sealed so we don't get any bleeding. So, and it's ready to dye. So I'm going to heat up the water and throw the dye in, and I'll show you guys that whole process. So now our water's boiling. I like to pretty much turn it down and let it chill for a second, because you don't want it to be too hot, especially if you're doing a light color. If you're doing a dark color, you want it to be a little bit hotter, but I'd rather keep the integrity of the plastic and keep it in a little bit longer than really shock it. So got our pink dye, we're off, put the whole thing in. Next thing you want to do is just stir it up. You kind of want to make sure it gets all over. You just don't want it to sit at the bottom, especially if you're putting the head all the way in the bottom. So here's the 9K all ready to go. We're going to do a fade dye, so I'm going to show you guys a good technique for that about right in here, and I want to do a little diagonal. I kind of want it to go counter to these. I think it's going to look nicer, and we're just going to do a pink to white fade. So make sure you have a pot that's big enough before you dip it, or you'll kind of screw things up. But here we go. So you just want to put it right in, and then I like to put it in about, I don't know, I'd say 2/3 of the way into where I want the fade to be. And see, it's turning a little bit pink, but normally it takes about 5 to 7 minutes to dye a color, depending on the color, how hot it is, what you're covering, and the type of plastic. So it's been in for about 3 minutes, and we got a nice pink base coat. I'm gonna try and see if you guys can see it. There you go. Nice pink base coat, about, you know, a third up the head. Now we're going to do the fade, because we want this to be the darkest part, so we really want to get that covered before you start doing the fade, or it won't really blend well. So I move the head pretty much back and forth like this, and what that does is I find it gives you the best fade both horizontally and vertically than trying to like kind of do one of these. It just makes it a little bit softer, and I just like that method better. And it also makes the fade a little bit longer on the diagonal, which just kind of plays an appearance. So you can see it's starting to turn in here. It's going to be a really nice fade, especially light colors to white fade really nicely. And apparently my next door neighbors are auditioning for Seinfeld outros and intros right now. So it's been in there for 5 minutes, looks really sick. The fade turned out really, really nice. So what I'm going to do now is put it under warm water to rinse all the dye off, and then transition to cool water in about 10 seconds. And then I'm going to throw it in the fridge for 5 minutes so the head gets a little bit more of the rigidity back, and it doesn't cool at room temp, because that's what really kills plastic. So I just got the head out of the freezer. It's all nice, it's got its rigidity back, and it's got the awesome pink fade on it. So I'm going to remove the stickers now to show you guys, see how good of a job I did, and to see how well they held up. So I just go at them with my thumb, because it's pretty effective, but it won't scratch the head like if you use a knife or anything else. So there it is, absolutely no bleeding, looks unbelievable. And then what I'm going to do is take a little Windex, spray it on there, just to get all that adhesive that we heated up. So there's it all cleaned up. The front and the throne logo looks unbelievable. And then we're going to do Sandra now. Comes up a little bit quicker, and it looks unbelievable, as you can see. So it's perfect even with that really thin lettering. Being able to cut the vinyl that exact and then heat it up just is absolutely perfect. So I got the one there as well. So it just looks awesome. So awesome. Chris, what do you think?
Looks awesome.
Chris likes it, so this is Chris's head, so that's good, and hopefully his mom will like it as well. So that's everything, guys. So that's how to install or put on the vinyl decal and to do a fade dye, and it comes out really clean, as you can see, pretty much perfect, and then also how to clean it up a bit. So that's everything. We get this thing strung up for him, and that's everything, guys. Have a good one.